This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, students, good morning to you all. And today class we are going to discuss about multiple excited magnetic system. So this is the last topic from first unit, and based on this, you have to write exam on tomorrow. After that, from day after tomorrow, we will start that DC generators. So this is the unit common for both EC and EEE, right? So today we are going to discuss about the topic is magnetically that is the multiple excited magnetic system. So it is also called as double excited magnetic system. So last class we discussed about single excited magnetic system, right? So based on that, we derived that three categories. That is, one is electrical input, field energy stored, and magnetic force. Based on that, we derived the three equations. And in these three equations, there are two categories are there. We discussed, that is energy and co-energy. Here, energy and co-energy, what is the meaning means? So the when the electrical energy is given to applied to this core, the core will be generate the flux, and due to the flux linkage will be generated. And based on the flux linkages, the core should act as a magnetic material, and it should be attack the armature, that is moving part. So based on these two parts, one force is opposite to the other force. That's why we obtain that one energy is positive, other one is negative. Positive energy and negative energy. And so this is about the single excited energy system. Now today we are going to discuss about multiple excited magnetic system, and what we are going to derive that, and where we can use this type of system in real time applications. Let me discuss. See, a multiple excited mag system, this type of energy excitation will be used in alternators, synchronous motors, so etc. Why? Because the alternators we are using in the generating stations. Generating station in the sense where the electrical energy will be generated, like thermal power plant, hydro power plant, like that. Now, there we are using the alternators. Alternator is nothing but a synchronous generators. So here the word synchronous is called as the rotor should be rotating at synchronous speed. So what is meant by synchronous speed? What is the need it rotating at a synchronous speed? We will discuss later. So ఈ టాపిక్ మీకు ఫోర్త్ ఇంట్లో వస్తుంది. సో వాట్ ఈస్ మీన్ బై సింక్రనస్ స్పీడ్ అండ్ హౌ వి కెన్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద నీడ్ టు సో ఎందుకంటే ఎప్పుడైతే ఆల్టర్నేటర్ అనేది సింక్రనస్ స్పీడ్ లో రొటేట్ అయితేనే దెన్ ఇట్ విల్ జనరేట్ ద ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీ, అదర్వైజ్ ఇట్ వోంట్ గెట్. So that's why the alternator should need to rotate in the synchronous speed. For that purpose, it needs double excitation. Double excitation ante endante every mission, it may be a generator and rotor having the two parts. One is stator, another one is rotor. In alternators, we are using that three-phase supply. We are giving the three-phase supply, AC supply to the stator and DC supply to the rotor. So that's why it is called as double excited mission. Okay, now how we can calculate that synchronous speed? So it is given by ns is equals to 120 f by p. So 120 f by p means here f is a frequency and p is a number of poles. Now if the alternator having the 4 poles, then you will get 120 into 50 divided by 4. So totally 1500 rpm will get. So it means that the alternator should be rotating at 1500 rpm, then only it will generate the electricity. So that is the reason why we need the double excitation. So for only reason is, for obtaining the synchronous speed, we are requiring that the multiple excited system to the alternator and synchronous motor also. So synchronous motor also having the two excitations. One is AC supply, another one is DC supply, and this two supply is used to make the motor should be rotating in the synchronous speed. So that is the application of multiple excited system in real time application. So this type of magnetic system is using in the alternators and synchronous motors. Alternators is other name of synchronous generators. Okay, now we will go to the topic. right? So are you seeing that diagram which was in our display? So it is a multiple excited. Now, as I already told that multiple excited, every machine having the two parts. One is stator and rotor. The stationary part in the machine is called as stator, and rotating part in the motor is machine is called as rotor. Now, here we are giving the two excitations. One is on stator, it is given by the V1. Another one is on rotor, it is given by the V2. Now, based on these two excitations, we are going to derive that what is the behavior of this type of excitation system, what will happen. And this system, these two sources are independent to each other. So there is no linkage between this. So this is the independent to the voltage source, and this one is independent to the voltage source. Now, what is the meaning of what is the need of these two excitation means? Suppose if we are applying the voltage V1 at the stator, so this is the stator, right? So this part is stator and this part is rotor. Now, when we are applying the voltage V1 to the stator, and it tends to a flow of current I1, and this I1 makes the this I1 is makes to create that flux in the stator. So మీకు ఆల్రెడీ తెలుసు కరెంట్ అనేది ఎప్పుడైతే ఒక మెటల్ గుండా ఫ్లో అవుతే ఫ్లక్స్ అనేది జనరేట్ అవుతుంది, అండ్ దిస్ ఫ్లక్స్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ as pi1, and this flux makes the flux linkage on the stator, it is denoted by lambda1. At the same time, due to the V2 also, there is a current flow through this rotor, that is denoted by I2, that is rotor current, and the same flux linkage lambda2 will be occurring here. Now, what is the need we have to find means what is at what time the both fluxes are interlinked with each other, that is the flux generated by the stator and flux generated by the rotor, at what time it will be more flux interlinked with each other. Suppose if you see here, when it is this is the rotor, right? When it is in perpendicular, then there is a more flux linkage between the stator and rotor. Now when it is in the direction, there is no flux. Why? Because the flux will be generated only this part. Okay, now so when this rotor should be in this direction, now the flux linkage will be 0. So it means that based on the rotor position, there is a flux linkage between that stator flux and rotor flux. So this is topic we are going to derive in the form of mathematical expressions. So this is the representation of multiple excited system, and it is also called as doubly excited system. Right. See, we are in these mathematical expressions, we are using the certain parameters. These parameters are, so here here we have the two parts, one is stator and rotor. Based on these two parts, there are certain electrical parameters involving that. Let me see. I1 is a current due to the source 1, so that is V1, and I2 the current source, the current due to the source 2, lambda1 flux linkage due to I1, lambda2 flux linkage due to I2, and theta, that is angular displacement of rotor. Suppose it means that here it is a stator and it is a rotor. Now what is the angle between these two? At what angle the flux will be more? So that is given by this theta, and Tf is torque developed on the rotor. So these are the 6 parameters we are going to use in the mathematical expression. So generally what we derive the derivations in the single excited, the same thing we are going to derive here. So in two cases, what are the two cases means? When lambda is constant, that is independent, and we are using for I, and when I is independent, we are going to use lambda. So these are the two cases, same what we derived in the single excited. Now what is the meaning of I, and I will tell you here. See here, this is the stator, right? And it is the rotor. Now, when we are giving the excitation, that is I, in this case, I is an independent, that is I is equals to constant, and here the only changes in lambda. And due to the current, flux linkage will be occur in the stator, and this stator will be makes that rotor current and the current. So this is the first case. In first case, we are applying the current and flux linkage will be generating. In second case, flux linkage will be applying and the current will be generating. So these are the two cases we are going to derive in this case. And here, so in a single excited, we used only lambda and x. Similarly, I comma x. This is the two cases we derived. But here we are going to derive lambda 1, lambda 2 and theta. Why? Because in that case there is a displacement in a linear motion. Here in circular motion, that's why we are using that angular displacement. And similarly I1, I2 and theta. So these are the two cases we are going to derive the mathematical expressions in the multiple excited magnetic system. Right. See here, due to the two sources, there are two sets of three independent variables, or lambda 1, lambda 2, theta, or I1, I2, theta. So just now I said, right? So here we are going to derive the two cases. In the two cases, one parameter is constant, another parameter is variable. At the same time, another case, one parameter is constant and another parameter is variable. Now, so these are the two independent cases, variables denoted by lambda 1, lambda 2, theta, and I1, I2, theta. So we are going to derive that in two cases. See, let me see case 1. In case 1, independent variables are lambda 1, lambda 2, and theta. So when so independent is nothing but it won't depends on, it won't be changed. It is fixed value. It means that it is constant value. Now here in case 1 we are choosing that lambda 1, lambda 2 and theta are constant values because these are independent variables. Now already we know that torque. So actually in rotating parts we are going to talk about torque. Suppose if already I told you that if a block should be moving in a linear direction, then there is a, we are supposed to use that force. Now the same block should be should be moving in the circular motion. We should talk about torque. Okay, now, so this is the linear quantity and it is a circular quantity. So don't confuse that. So both are same principle, but based on the how the mechanism is working, it is linear or circular motion. If it is linear motion, we talk about force and displacement x. If it is circular motion, we talk about torque and angular displacement. So both are principle same, but the way of representing and way of based on that how we are using. So here the rotor should be rotating in the circular motion, right? That's why we talk about TF, torque force is equals to minus d omega f lambda 1, lambda 2, theta. So this is obtained by the field energy. Okay, now. So this is the field energy, and this is the equation we obtained of field energy, what we derived in the last derivation, that is single excited system. Now here lambda 1, lambda 2 are constant and currents are variables. Now see here, while the field energy is, so based on the field energy we obtain this equation, and this is the field energy equation WF. So in the field energy we derived WF lambda comma x is equals to integral 0 to lambda I of x dx. This is the equation which was derived in the energy and co-energy derivation, right? So the same equation we are using here, WF into lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda theta. So ikkadaithe manam edaithe parameters ni WF bracket lo use chestammo avi constants anamata. So it should be independent variables. By using independent variables, how we can find that this variable parameters, that is current I1 and I2. Now if you expansion this expression in terms of stator as well as rotor. So this is the term, this is the equation which is belongs to the stator. So why? Because the stator carries that current I1 as well as lambda 1, and this is the equation is related to the stator rotor. So rotor carries the I2 and lambda 2. So this is the equation 1 and 2 which is belongs to the case 1. Now if you simplify this equation, what we will get, let me see. See, are you clear about these two equations? This is the torque equation what we derived in the last derivation, that is single excited. Okay, mechanical force lo man chesam kada. So adi ee equation ichi vastundi. So దీనికి addition so this is for field energy. Co-energy ఏం వస్తుందంటే theta f is equals to dou wf I1 comma I2 comma theta divided by dou theta. So this is for co-energy. Okay, field బాగా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, ఫీల్డ్ ఎనర్జీ కో ఎనర్జీ రెండు ఆపోజిట్ సైన్ లో ఉంటుంది, ఒకటి పాజిటివ్ ఉంటుంది ఒకటి నెగిటివ్ ఉంటుంది. వై? బికాస్ బోత్ ఆర్ ఆపోజిట్ డైరెక్షన్. ఎలా అంటే చూడండి, So this is the stator and it is the rotor. ఓకేనా, స్టేటర్ నుంచి వచ్చే ఫ్లక్స్ అనేది ఈ డైరెక్షన్ ఉంటుంది, రోటర్ నుంచి వచ్చే ఫ్లక్స్ అనేది దీనికి ఆపోజిట్ డైరెక్షన్ ఉంటుంది. దట్స్ వై వన్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ as ఎనర్జీ, ఫీల్డ్ ఎనర్జీ, అండర్ వన్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ as కో ఎనర్జీ. సో ఫీల్డ్ ఎనర్జీ, కో ఎనర్జీ both are opposite to each other. That's why we are assigning that negative sign here. Now if you are applying that integration to this equation 2, let me see what will happen. Right, see, here we are going to find that what is the flux linkage available in the stator and what is the flux linkage available on the rotor. See here, here we are using that four inductances value. One is L11, L22. So L11 is self inductance of a stator and L22 is self inductance of a rotor, and L12 and L21 are mutual inductance between stator and rotor. So meeku inductance value meeku already cheppanu. So the L11 is the inductance should only related to the stator. So stator is called as primary, right? And L22 is self inductance. Based on these four parameters, we can assign that the equation lambda 1 and lambda 2. Lambda 1 is represents the stator equation, lambda 2 is represents the rotor equation. So in stator equation what will have here, the L11 I1. So it means that ఇక్కడ L11 అంటే ఫస్ట్ నెంబర్ ఏం చేస్తుందంటే వాట్ సర్క్యూట్ ఇట్ హ్యాస్, అది ప్రైమ్ ఫస్ట్ సర్క్యూట్ సెకండ్ సర్క్యూట్. ఫస్ట్ సర్క్యూట్ అంటే స్టేటర్ సర్క్యూట్ అవుతుంది, సెకండ్ నెంబర్ వచ్చేసి రోటర్ సర్క్యూట్ అవుతుంది. ఓకేనా, సో ఇక్కడ L11 అంటే ద ఇండక్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఫస్ట్ సర్క్యూట్, దట్ ఈస్ స్టేటర్ సర్క్యూట్ డ్యూ టు ద కరెంట్. సో సెకండ్ నెంబర్ అనేది కరెంట్ చూపిస్తుంది అన్నమాట. సిమిలర్లీ in L12 that is the inductance due to that in the first circuit due to the current I2. Okay na, so based on these four parameters we derived these two equations, lambda 1 and lambda 2, represent it is equation 3 and 4. Now by using these two equations, let me see what will happen. See, by solving 3 and 4, so what is this is the 3 and 4, this is 3 and 4. Now in these equations we are going to find that I1 and I2. So already you are all aware about what is the mathematical, how we can solve that two mathematical expressions to find out the unknown values. So here also we know what is the value of lambda 1 and lambda 2. Why? Because these are the two constant values. By using these two values we have to find that I1 and I2. So this is the equations reference lambda 1 lambda 2. By solving these three equations 3 and 4, we have to find that what is I1 and I2 value. Let me see, if we simplify this, if we solve these equations, so there are certain arrangements should we have to be considered. So let me see what are the arrangements we'll see. Now by solving the equations 3 and 4, we will get I1 and I2. Endukante lambda 1 lambda 2 అనేవి constant values. By using this lambda 1 lambda 2, then we can find that I1 and I2 values. Okay now. Now see how we can make means multiple equation 3 by L12 and equation 4 by L11. So ila cheyadam valla em chestunante then we easily find out that I1 and I2. Now the same thing I am doing here. So the third equation is multiplied by L12, so at both sides. So L12 lambda 1 is equal to L11, already L11 is there, L12 I1 plus L12 square I2, and fourth equation is multiplied by L11. So L11 lambda 2 is equal to, so this is the equation we obtained. Now if you want to simplify this equation to find out the I1 I2, what we have to do, we have to subtract these two equations. Subtract the two equations, what we will get, these two two terms will be cancelled to each other. What are the two terms? This one. Okay now these two terms will be cancelled, then we will get the final equation in terms of I2. Okay now lambda 1 to L12 lambda 1 minus L11 lambda 2 is equal to L12 square I2 minus L11 L22 I2. Now from this equation I can obtain that what is the value of I2. So I2 is equals to, and this entire term is comes to the denominator of this term. So I2 is equals to L12 divided by whole term into lambda 1 minus L11 divided by whole term into lambda 2. So we obtain the equation I2. Now here there is a negative sign is there, right? So negative sign is absorbed by the defining beta. So we are substituting this entire equation in terms of beta, right? So while referring to the beta, we had to eliminate this minus value by keeping the positive. So because of we are defining by beta value. Now we obtain the equation I2 is equals to beta 1 2 or 2 1, whatever we can write 1 2 or 2 1 lambda 1 plus beta 2 2 lambda 2. If you simplify the same equation 3 and 4 for getting the I2, you will get similarly you will get I1 is equals to beta 1 1 lambda 1 plus beta 1 2 lambda 2. Okay, now this is the equations we can apply. Let me see. ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఈ ఇలా అంటే L1 టు మల్టిప్లై చేయడం L1 టు L1 మల్టిప్లై చేయడం వల్ల I2 చేసింది. ఓకేనా? ఒకవేళ మనకు I1 రావాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి? 2 1 తో 2 2 తో మల్టిప్లై చేయాలి. ఓకేనా? దెన్ వీ కెన్ అప్లై ద I1 వాల్యూ. సో అది చేయకుండా మీకు డైరెక్ట్ గా ఎలా రిప్రజెంట్ చేయొచ్చని చూపిస్తాం. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఈక్వేషన్ రిఫరెన్స్ దట్ I2 వాల్యూ. Now we will see that. So same by using the same method, we can obtain that I1 is equal to beta 1 1 lambda 1 and beta 1 2 lambda 2. So from this, so now we found the two equations. I1 is equal to beta 1 1 lambda 1 plus, wait for me, I1 equals to beta 1 1 lambda 1 plus beta 1 2 lambda 2. ఇక్కడ చూడండి ఫస్ట్ నెంబర్ ఏదైతే డినోట్ చేస్తుందో దట్ ఈస్ రిలేటెడ్ టు ద సర్క్యూట్. సో ఇక్కడ మనకు ఫస్ట్ 1 1 ఉంది కాబట్టి దిస్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఈస్ రిలేటెడ్ టు ద ప్రైమరీ సర్క్యూట్, దట్ ఈస్ స్టేటర్ సర్క్యూట్. అండ్ I2 we can write I2 equals to beta 2 1 lambda 1 plus beta 2 2 lambda 2. So ఇక్కడ ఫస్ట్ నెంబర్ 2 ఉంది. So it means that this is the equation which is related to the rotor. Now from the equations 5 and 6, where what is the value of beta 1, beta 2 2, beta 2 1 and 1 2. So these are the representation of beta values. Actually the beta is called as B coefficient. So ఈ beta వల్ల యూజ్ ఏంటంటే, and this value should be balancing that primary circuit parameters and secondary circuit parameters. So beta value ఏం చేస్తుందంటే బ్యాలెన్సింగ్ చేస్తుంది. When both parameters are balancing, then only the machine should be rotating in the synchronous speed. Okay, otherwise it won't be rotate. For getting the balancing purpose, we are using that beta. Beta is called as B coefficient. Now we obtain the I1 and I2 value. Now substituting I1 and I2. So this is the first equation we have, right? What is the equation we have? WF lambda 1 lambda 2 theta integral of 0 to lambda 1 I1 into d lambda 1 plus integral of 0 to lambda 2 I2 d lambda 2. So this is the equation what we first we starting we got the equation like this. Now in this equation substitute that I1 and I2 equation, we will get like this. Now if you integrate in this equation, let me see what you will get. Suppose if you integrate this equation, beta 1 1 is constant, integration of lambda 1, what you will get? Integration of lambda 1, integration of x into dx, what you will get? What is the integration of x into dx?
X square by 2, sir.
Right. So here we are integrating lambda 1, right? You will get lambda 1 square by 2. So I am taking 1 by 2 is common, beta 1 1 is constant, and lambda 1 square. Plus here also if you integrate, so this entire term is constant, and integration of 1 with respect to d lambda, you will get lambda 1. So then you will get beta 1 to lambda 1 lambda 2. So this term is over. Plus integration of 0 to lambda 2, and we can integrate with respect to lambda 2, you will get beta 1 to lambda 1 lambda 2, plus here beta 2 is constant. We are integrating with respect to lambda 2, right? So you will get lambda square by 2. So ఇక్కడ మనకు ఈ టర్మ్ రెండు వస్తాయి, 2 టర్మ్స్ వస్తాయి, బట్ వీఆర్ కన్సిడరింగ్ ద ఓన్లీ 1 టర్మ్. ఎందుకంటే మీరు మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ అంటారు రిపీటెడ్ టర్మ్స్ ఉంటే వీ హ్యావ్ టు కన్సిడర్ దట్ సింగిల్ టర్మ్. ఓకేనా? సో నౌ దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఎంటైర్ ఈక్వేషన్స్ వి అబ్టైన్ దట్ when lambda 1, lambda 2 and theta, these are the independent variables, and I1, I2 are చేంజింగ్ వేరియబుల్స్. అంటే lambda 1, lambda 2 ని ఇండిపెండెంట్ గా తీసుకున్నప్పుడు I1, I2 ఎలా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తామో అది ఈ ఈక్వేషన్ నుంచి వస్తుంది. అండ్ the self and mutual inductance of the coils are dependent on the angular position theta of the rotor. ఓకేనా? అంటే ఇది ఎందుకు చెప్పానంటే, సో if you based on this equation, so based on sentence how we can find means, so this is the rotor, right? And what is the angle between the stator and rotor? It will decide that self and mutual inductance. ఓకేనా? సో అందుకని ఇక్కడ theta అనేది వైటల్ రోల్ గా యాక్ట్ అవుతుంది. So this is the equation we obtained for case 1. In that case 1, lambda 1, lambda 2 are independent variables. బాగా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, lambda 1, lambda 2 are independent variables and I1, I2 are changing variables. Now if we solve this equation by using the case 2, in this case 2 we are assuming that I1, I2 are independent variables, and it means that these are two constants, and finally we can obtain that lambda 1, lambda 2 are changing variables. Okay now, so let me move on to the case 2. So if you have paper or pen, then you can note on this equation, then only you can understand the case 2. Students, if you have paper and pen, then note on this equation. So గుర్తు పెట్టుకోండి, ఈ డెరివేషన్ పార్ట్ ఎప్పుడైనా వచ్చినప్పుడు ఖచ్చితంగా నోట్ చేసుకోండి, then only you can understand the what we concept after class. ఓకేనా? సో జస్ట్ మీరు వింటా ఉంటే it is not a theory subject, right? It is completely problematic and derivation subject. So you should need to listen the class by using with having that pen and paper. సో అట్లీస్ట్ కీ పాయింట్స్ అన్న రాసుకోవాలి కదా, అంటే ఈ రోజు ఏం జరిగింది, ఏం డిస్కస్ చేసుకున్నామని. So this is the equation we found that in case 1. Now we will discuss about case 2. Right. See here, in case 2, I1, I2 are independent variables. It means that I1, I2 are constants, and sorry, here currents are not current, lambda 1 and lambda 2. Flux linkages are variables. So here not currents, lambda 1, lambda 2 are variables, and I1, I2 are constants. Now the co-energy is given by, so ఇక్కడ మనకు కేస్ 1 లో వచ్చేసి ఫీల్డ్ ఎనర్జీ ని యూజ్ చేసుకున్నాం. హియర్ we are using the co-energy. ఓకేనా? co-energy అంటే the energy which was obtained by the current is called as co-energy. The energy which was obtained by the lambda is called as field energy. ఓకేనా? బాగా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, కరెంట్ is CC. ఓకేనా? current start with C, right? So current is giving the energy is called as co-energy, and flux linkage, that is flux F, and flux linkage is given by the energy is called as field energy FF and CC. ఈ విధంగా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, then you can understand that. Now this was the equation that is given by the co-energy, that is WFN. అంటే బ్రాకెట్ లో ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో అవి ఇండిపెండెంట్ వేరియబుల్స్ అన్నమాట. బై యూజింగ్, అంటే ఇండిపెండెంట్ వేరియబుల్స్ అంటే మనం వీటిని ఇన్పుట్ గా ఇస్తాము, ఈ ఇన్పుట్ ద్వారా lambda 1, lambda 2 ని ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తున్నాము మీనింగ్. ఓకేనా? సో బై యూజింగ్ దిస్ ఈక్వేషన్, నౌ we can write lambda 1, lambda 2 in the form of self inductance and mutual inductance, what we derived in the previous one. Now substitute lambda 1, lambda 2 in this above equation. Finally we will get the equation similarly what we got. Okay now, so ఇప్పుడు let me compare between that the energy which was obtained by using field energy and co-energy. ఇప్పుడు ఇదే ఈక్వేషన్ ని మనం ఫీల్డ్ ఎనర్జీ ద్వారా వచ్చినప్పుడు ఎలా రాస్తామంటే WF into lambda 1, lambda 2 theta equals to half L11 lambda 1 square plus L12 lambda 1, lambda 2. సో ఇక్కడ మనం ఇంతకుముందు బీటా యూజ్ చేస్తాము. సో లెట్ కన్సిడర్ బీటా అండ్ బీటా ఆఫ్ beta 2 to lambda 2 square. So this is the comparison between that energy was the force given by the co-energy and the force given by the field energy. Okay, now co-energy is due to the current and field energy is due to the lambda value. Okay, now so this is about the two cases which is involving the two set of parameters, I, current and flux linkage. So lambda is called as flux linkage, pi is called as flux. Okay, na flux linkage మనం రెండు రకాలుగా డినోట్ చేయొచ్చు, lambda or psi. So both are same. Based on our convenient, we can assume that lambda 1 or psi 1. So lambda or psi is called as flux linkage. We can denote the flux linkage by lambda or psi, and w pi is a flux and omega is a angular displacement or angular velocity. Now, so we obtain the energy, right? Now the force in a doubly excited system. So if you want to find the force, what we have to do based on this equation, we can obtain that what is the force obtaining here. Okay, now so force is equals to dwf dash by d theta I1 I2 theta. So ఈ equation మనము field energy నుంచి వచ్చిందా co energy నుంచి వచ్చిందా? Just tell me that. The F is equals to dou wf dash. This is the equation which is related to field energy or co-energy. Which one?
Co-energy, sir.
So just simple మీరు ఎలా గుర్తుపెట్టుకున్నా అంటే based on the parameters. ఓకే, నా బ్రాకెట్ లో ఏదైతే ఇంటిమేట్ చేస్తారో అవి ఇండిపెండెంట్ వేరియబుల్స్ అన్నమాట. అంటే దానికి సంబంధించి మనం మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నాం. సో హియర్ ద కరెంట్ ఈస్ రైట్, సి స్టార్ట్ విత్ కరెంట్ రైట్, then it is called as co-energy. If there is a lambda 1 and lambda 2, that is flux linkage F, so that is belongs to the field energy. Okay, now that's simple. Now if you substitute wf dash I1 I2 theta in this equation, so F is equals to dou by dou theta. This is the entire equation which is given by wf dash into I1 I2 theta, right? Now substitute here, then we differentiate this equation with respect to the theta, then you will get like this, half I1 square dou L11 by dou theta. మీకు ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పాను, the self inductance and mutual inductance is depends on the theta. So self inductance mutual inductance అంటే L11 L22, this is called as self inductance, అంటే ఓన్లీ దాని ప్రభావం వల్ల జరిగింది. అండ్ L12 and L21, these two are called as mutual inductance. Okay, na? And these four parameters are represent or depends on that what is the angle between the stator and rotor. Okay, na? ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, this is the stator position, it is constant, it is stationary part, and it is the rotor. So ఇప్పుడు rotor అనేది ఈ పొజిషన్ లో ఉంటే then the angle between the stator and rotor is called as theta. ఓకేనా, ఇక్కడ theta అనేది some value ఉంటుంది. అదే ఒకవేళ ఈ విధంగా పర్పెండిక్యులర్ గా ఉంటే ఏమవుతుంది, theta అనేది 90 degrees లో ఉంటుంది. ఓకేనా, సో ఈ విధంగా different positions బేస్ చేసుకొని then we can find the theta value. Based on the theta value we can get the force. ఓకేనా, so this is the derivation of a multiple excited magnetic system with two cases. In the two cases we are going to assume that one parameter as a constant and other parameter as a variable. Okay, now let me see that summary. అంటే ఇంతవరకు మనం ఏమేమి డిస్కస్ చేసుకున్నాము, ఏమేమి ఫార్ములాస్ ని డిరైవ్ చేస్తాం ఇప్పుడు చూసాం, రైట్? So let me see the summary what we discussed until now. The first one is single excited system. That is, in the single excited system we derived that three derivations. One is related to the electrical energy input, second one is magnetic field, and third one is mechanical force. So then balanced equation అంటే input is equal, input electrical energy ఇస్తాము, ఫీల్డ్ ఎనర్జీ స్టోర్ అవుతుంది, తర్వాత మెకానికల్ ఎనర్జీ ఇస్తుంది. సో మనం ఈ త్రీ డెరివేషన్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తాం. ఆ త్రీ డెరివేషన్స్ కి ఈక్వేషన్స్ ఇలా రిప్రజెంట్ చేయొచ్చు. సో ఎలక్ట్రికల్ ఎనర్జీ ఇన్పుట్ is denoted by dWe and it can be denoted as ID lambda, and here lambda is the n pi, అంటే ఈ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ టన్స్ ఎన్ని అయితే ఉంటుందో అంత ఫ్లక్స్ జనరేట్ అవుతుంది. బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దట్ there is a flux linkage will be generation. Now this is the equation we obtained by for the electrical energy input in the single excited system. నెక్స్ట్ మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఫీల్డ్ ఎనర్జీ. సో ఇక్కడ మ్యాగ్నెటిక్ ఫీల్డ్ ఎనర్జీ స్టోర్ లో మనం 2 టాపిక్స్ డిస్కస్ చేసుకున్నాం. ఒకటి ఫీల్డ్ ఎనర్జీ అండ్ కోల్డ్ ఎనర్జీ, కో ఎనర్జీ. అండ్ ఈ ఫీల్డ్ ఎనర్జీ కో ఎనర్జీ మనకి ఈ విధంగా రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తాం. సో వాట్ వి రిప్రజెంట్ హియర్. సో ఇక్కడ చూడండి లాంబ్డా కామ ఎక్స్ తీసుకున్నాం అంటే ఇక్కడ వచ్చేసి ఓన్లీ సింగిల్ ఎక్సైటేషన్. అదే డబ్ల్యూ ఎక్సైటేషన్ అయితే λ1 λ2 తీసుకుంటాం. ఇక్కడ వచ్చేసి ఎక్స్ అనేది ఏంటంటే లీనియర్ డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్, అంటే డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ ఈ విధంగా ఉంటుంది. ఓకేనా, స్ట్రైట్ అంటే హారిజాంటల్ గా ఉంటుంది. మన సెకండ్ కేసు లో వచ్చి థీటా తీసుకున్నాం. థీటా ఎందుకంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ ద సర్క్యులర్ మోషన్. ఓకేనా, so here lambda is nothing but it is in this condition lambda is a constant value and variable is current. In this case I is a constant and lambda is variable. Now in this derivation we derived the two equations which is related to the field energy and co-energy, and field energy is given by half λ2 divided by lambda square divided by Lx, and field co-energy is given by half Lx into I square. Okay na. Now the final equation is mechanical force. Right. So in that mechanical force we derived the two equations in the form of force and torque. Force ekkada use chestamante when there is a displacement in linear motion, and torque we can use where the displacement in circular motion. Okay na. So these are the two equations we derived. In this case the field energy is given by this equation. Here the two energies are opposite to each other, that's why here representing minus and plus. Okay na. So the sign is denotes only how the energy and field energy both are interlinked each other. It means both are opposite or same. Okay na, ikkada man negative sign chepestundi. So both energies are opposite to each other, and these two equations are represent the force and these two equations are represent the torque. So this is the equations. Just now we derived that multiple excited system. One is field energy. In this condition λ1 λ2 are constant and I1 I2 are variables, and co-energy. So just simple Wf is a field energy, Wf dash is a co-energy. Okay na. Now this is about multiple excited of a magnetic system. So up to now the first unit is over. Now we will solve them one problem based on that single excited system. Okay na. So all of you have the paper and pen, then we will solve the one problem on this. Right, see all of you note on this question. So we have 10 minutes time, then until we'll solve this equation, the question. So all of you have the paper and pen and note on this question. The lambda characteristics of a single excited electromagnet is given by I equals to 121 lambda square x square. For I is variable vary between 0 to 4 amperes, and similarly x is 0 to 10 centimeters if the air gap is 5 centimeter and a current of 3 amperes is flowing in the coil. Calculate the field energy, co-energy, mechanical force and the moving part. So ఇక్కడ బాగా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, ఇక్కడ మెకానికల్ ఫోర్స్ ఆన్ స్టేషనరీ పార్ట్, మూవింగ్ పార్ట్ అని అడుగుతాడు. So this is the stationary part and it is the moving part. So the mechanical force available on the stationary part is co-energy. Okay na. అంటే మన ఇక్కడ కరెంట్ ఇన్పుట్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు జనరేట్ అవుతుంది కదా. ఓకే నా. అండ్ ద ఎనర్జీ అవైలబుల్ ఆన్ ద మూవింగ్ పార్ట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ఫీల్డ్ ఎనర్జీ. బాగా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. Now by using this equation, by using this parameters, we are going to find that three. One is field energy, co-energy and mechanical force on the moving part. How we are note on this? Just don't note the entire question, just note down that I equals to 121 lambda square x square and x equals to 5 centimeter and I is equals to 3. So ఇక్కడ మనకు 3 parameters ఇచ్చారు. ఆ 3 parameters అంటే this is the I of lambda. I of lambda equals to 121 lambda square x square, and x displacement is equals to x equals to 5 centimeter, and I is equals to 3 amperes. ఓకేనా, ఇప్పుడు మన ఈ 3 వాల్యూస్ ని ఎలా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తాం చూసాం. Right. So this is the equations we are going to find these 3 parameters. The first one is omega WF is equals to integral 0 to lambda I lambda d lambda. So this is called as field energy. Okay na. So ఇక్కడ వచ్చేసి ఇప్పుడు ఎలా చేసామంటే ఆల్రెడీ we have the equation I lambda, right? I of lambda equals to 121 lambda square x square. Just substitute this entire equation here. What you will get? Just do this. So integration of 0 to lambda 121 lambda square x square into d lambda. ఇక్కడ 121 x square అనేది constant. Then integration of 0 to lambda and lambda square into d lambda. What you will get? What is the integration of lambda square into d lambda?
Lambda cube by 3, sir.
So we will get 121 x square lambda cubed by 3. Okay na, lambda cubed by 3 వస్తుంది. So just represent it is equation 1. ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తామంటే just solve the equation that was given. I of lambda is equals to I equals to 121 lambda square x square. దీని నుంచి మనకు lambda వాల్యూ కనుక్కోండి. ఓకేనా, lambda is equals to lambda square equals to I divided by 121 x square. సో ఇక్కడ I ఆల్రెడీ ఇచ్చేసారు. I వాల్యూ ఎంత? 3 divided by 121 into what is the x value here? 5 centimeter. That is 5 into 10 power minus 2 whole square. If you solve this equation, you can get that lambda value here. Okay na, ఈ lambda value ని మన ఈక్వేషన్ వల్ల సబ్మిట్ చేయండి. That is WF. lambda value ఎంత వస్తుంది? What is the value you can get the lambda here? So here while solving this equation, you will get the lambda is 3.149. Okay na. So 3.149 already మన WF value వచ్చింది. WF is equals to 121 x square lambda cubed by 3. ఈక్వేషన్ ఉంది కదా, ఈక్వేషన్ 1 ఇందులో సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయండి. ఇక్కడ lambda ప్లేస్ లో 3.149 సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయండి and x ప్లేస్ లో 5 into 10 power minus 2 సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయండి. Then you will get that field energy. WF is equals to 3.149. Okay now, what is the units of energy? What is the units of energy? Right. So the units of energy is joules. Now the same way find the co-energy. So here also substitute find that first we have to find the lambda equation from the given value. So in lambda equation ఏమొస్తుంది? Lambda equals to square root of I divided by 121 x square వస్తుంది. Okay na? So this can be written as lambda equals to I power 1 by 2 divided by 1 square root of 121 into x. So root 121 ఏమవుతుంది?
11, sir.
Right. So lambda equals to I power 1 by 2 11x. ఓకేనా. సో దీన్ని ఈ విధంగా దీన్ని సబ్మిట్ చేయండి. ఓకేనా, కోఎనర్జీ చేస్తే దెన్ యూ విల్ గెట్ WF డాష్ వాల్యూ వస్తుంది. ఓకేనా, ఫైనల్ గా మెకానికల్ ఫోర్స్ FF is equals to minus WF lambda x. అంటే ఇక్కడ WF ఏం వాల్యూ వచ్చిందో ఆ వాల్యూ సబ్మిట్ చేయండి. ఓకేనా, దెన్ వచ్చిన వాల్యూని విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ x తో డిఫరెన్షియేట్ చేస్తే దెన్ యూ విల్ గెట్ దట్ మెకానికల్ ఫోర్స్. సో దిస్ ఈస్ అబౌట్ ప్రిన్సిపల్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రోమెకానికల్ ఎనర్జీ కన్వర్షన్. ఓకేనా. సో రేపు దీనిపైన రేపు వచ్చేసి ఎగ్జామ్ ఉంటుంది. అండ్ ఈ ఎగ్జామ్ లో ఏం అడుగుతానంటే యూనిట్స్ అడుగుతాను, తర్వాత ఫ్యారడేస్ లా, ఫ్లెమింగ్స్ రూల్, అంటే లెఫ్ట్ హ్యాండ్ రూల్ రైట్ హ్యాండ్ రూల్ ఉంది కదా, ఆ ఫ్లెమింగ్స్ లెఫ్ట్ హ్యాండ్ రూల్ లో థంబ్ ఫింగర్ ఏమి ఇండికేట్ చేస్తుంది, ఫోర్త్ ఫింగర్ ఏమి అసలు అడుగుతాను. తర్వాత ఈక్వేషన్స్ అడుగుతాను, ఫీల్డ్ ఎనర్జీ, కోల్ ఎనర్జీ నోటేషన్ అడుగుతాను. ఓకేనా. సో రేపు ఎగ్జామ్ అయిన తర్వాత ఫ్రమ్ డే ఆఫ్టర్ టుమారో వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు స్టార్ట్ ద DC జనరేటర్. And this unit is common for both EC and CS, EC and EEE students. Okay na. So మీకు EC students కి ఈ యూనిట్ జస్ట్ బేసిక్స్ మాత్రమే, బట్ యూ వోంట్ గెట్ ఎనీ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ దిస్ టాపిక్. సో మీకు అప్కమింగ్ అంటే జనరేటర్స్ కానీ ఈ టాపిక్ మీరు నేర్చుకోవడం వల్ల ఏమవుతుందంటే జనరేటర్స్ కానీ ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మర్ టాపిక్ మీకు ఈజీగా అర్థమవుతుంది. ఓకేనా, డెరివేషన్ పార్ట్. అందుకని మీకు ఈ కంబైన్ తో చెప్పండి ఈ యూనిట్ మాత్రం. ఓకేనా. సో దిస్ ఈస్ అబౌట్ టుడేస్ క్లాస్. ఓకేనా, మీకు ఆల్రెడీ మెటీరియల్ సెండ్ చేస్తాను. అండ్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు సెండ్ PPTs అండ్ డైలీ క్లాసెస్ అంటే ఆన్లైన్. ఇప్పుడు మీకు చెప్పే ప్రతి ఒక్క క్లాస్ మీకు రికార్డ్ అవుతుంది. సో ఆ వీడియోస్ మీకు సెండ్ చేస్తాను త్రూ ద గూగుల్ క్లాస్ రూమ్. ఓకేనా, ఐ విల్ సెండ్ ద లింక్. సో యూ కెన్ go through that link and you can prepare that yourself. ఓకేనా, మీకు ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే then you can get clarity on this. Right. So okay students, this is about today class. I'm going to end this class now. So once again remember, you have to write exam on tomorrow at 9 AM on unit 1. So I will send the link and you can open the link and you can submit the link. So ఆ లింక్ వచ్చేసి ఓన్లీ 20 minutes మాత్రమే ఉంటుంది. 20 minutes తర్వాత డిసేబుల్ అవుతుంది. ఓకేనా. సో 20 minutes జాగ్రత్తగా అటెండ్ చేయండి. సో ఎగ్జాక్ట్ ఐ విల్ సెండ్ అట్ 9 AM. సో 9:20 AM లోపల మీరు సబ్మిట్ చేయాలి. ఓకేనా. రైట్, థ్యాంక్ యూ.